Anyway, we only got 45 minutes into this. So you know what? I think we will have time to do this little mini rant of mine. And I've definitely got something to say about this. Now, what triggered this, honestly, and everything just kind of fell into place, was that I got this email one day from Amazon Pay. And they titled this email, "More Trust and Confidence, the Benefits of the A to Z Guarantee." And I wanted to puke when I read this. In fact, I almost punched my computer monitor when I read this thing. And they say in this email, "When you launch Amazon Pay, you're offering your customers more than a quick and convenient payment method. You're giving them a worry-free experience thanks to Amazon's A to Z Guarantee. The confidence that the A to Z Guarantee gives customers can inspire more trust in your brand and your shopping experience. It was a key benefit for retailer Sir Simon Jersey." And Simon Jersey said, or someone who worked there anyway, said, "Amazon Pay already has the trust of the consumer. You know that if you have not shopped on a website before, you are still protected by Amazon Pay's A to Z Guarantee should you have any problems or want to obtain a return." Now, I wanted to puke for a few reasons. First of all, the A to Z Guarantee is not a great thing if you are a seller. Granted, I understand there are some bad sellers out there and they need to be held accountable, but the A to Z is an extremely negative thing, because what a lot of people see the A to Z as is have a free item on us. That's what it is. Like, you complain, we'll give you something for free. Because what they do is this: if someone gets an item and it has a tracking number but doesn't have a signature confirmation, they can say, "Hey, we never got this item," and they file an A to Z claim. And Amazon says, "Well, you didn't get a signature confirmation, so yeah, we're going to give the person back their money." Now, the tracking number shows that this item was delivered, but that doesn't matter to Amazon. You've still lost that money. If you want an even more guarantee to get your item free on an A to Z claim, you just simply have to say, "Hey, the item is not as described." It doesn't matter if it actually is what was described. They just say, "Hey, it's not as described." And Amazon, rather than saying, "Okay, we have determined that this person was not satisfied with the item, so they are going to send the item back, and you will then refund the money," they say, "Hey, this person says the item was not as described. We believe them. We have therefore refunded their money, and it's coming out of your paycheck." They don't give you any recourse on this A to Z thing. The A to Z claim, which, by the way, fun fact, that's why the Amazon logo has a smile that goes A to Z, because it represents their A to Z claim. But if you are a seller, and the vast majority of people will not do this, I just want to make that clear, but if you are a seller, you have to be prepared for that. Like, I was going to show you my account, but then I realized I would have to show you my name, like my store name. So instead, I took this I took this screenshot from my thing. This is the only A to Z claim that I have received in the past year. And by the way, this has been appealed. But I sold, in fact, I have the item right here. I didn't plan for this, but I sold this limited edition Yu Yu Hakusho manga. And it's holographic. They only made like 5,000. I believe this was like a slightly bigger number. This was number 2028. Once I make a video about this, then I will probably sell this one too. And I sold it for $150 on Amazon. $150. Now then, I did ship the package in time, and because it was over $100, if I have a personal policy that if it's ever an item more than $50, get a signature confirmation. It will save you a lot of hassle. But this person, it was shipped, and because it was shipped during the pandemic, it was delayed for reasons I do not know. One day I realized my account was about $170 lower than it should be. And I found it's because there was an A to Z claim filed for this that the package did not arrive. But here what was different about this one. Amazon, usually when there's an A to Z claim that's filed from Amazon, they notify you that a claim has been submitted. They put the money on hold, and you have like a couple weeks to respond. Now, the package had not arrived, but I would look at the tracking, and it was going to be there in like a day or two. And normally what I would have done in this situation is I would have waited a couple days, he would have gotten the package, he would have signed for it, I would have seen that he signed for it, and I would have responded, and said, I don't think this is valid because the buyer has received the item. In fact, they've signed for it. So because of COVID-19, this thing got delivered late. And I'm sorry that happened. And then Amazon more than likely would have given me my money back. However, in this case, they removed me from due process. They opened the claim, approved the refund, and closed it. And I was not even notified that this had happened until one day I went in. It's like, why is my Amazon account like $170 less than what it was before? Now, clearly, I waited a few days and I appealed it because I could still appeal it. But here's the thing. I appealed it, I would say like, let's do this. Like the claim was on June 13th, 2020. I would say on the 17th, I filed my appeal. And it has been under review for a month. That is the longest time an A to Z claim has been under appeal for anything. But it turns out I may not be alone in that. Because on the seller forums, which this is something you can be a part of if you are an Amazon seller, someone opened, like they didn't open, but they created this post. And they said A to Z claims no longer being closed. Cases remain open for months. So Red Moon Trading Co. said, has anyone else noticed that A to Z claims are no longer being closed and that the case remains open for months? I have 3 open A to Z claims in the last 3 months, all for items not received, and all of the orders were shipped using Amazon Buy shipping services. Full disclosure, I did not use Amazon Buy shipping services. So USPS tracking confirms the packages is delivered to the buyer's address. I responded to the claims within a day and provided all the tracking information proof, and it's usually a pretty quick closure, yet lately the claims remain open and their status never changed. One has been open since early May 2020. The others are open for over a month. I contacted Amazon and of course they told me nothing except that the cases are still pending. Thanks, Amazon. I can read that for myself. Meanwhile, my money is still being withheld from me. I hope they are not waiting for the 90 days for tracking information to expire so they can then claim they have no proof the package was delivered. It's possible they are extremely backed up, but 2.5 months to resolve an A to Z claim seems excessive. If anyone has any insight or experience with these A to Z claims that remain open for months at a time, please share your thoughts below. And you see other things like Kush for the Tush, which I love, by the way, says, same. I have 1 opened in March and it's still pending. Now have 3 total. My concern is when they do catch up, will they close out all 3 at the same time? If they incorrectly decide to make these my fault, then my metrics will be hit all at once instead of over time as they should have been. SC2 says several other sellers, including myself, have commented on having the same issue. It is frustrating because all the label purchase information and tracking information is right in their own system. It should not be that complicated a technology task for a company like Amazon to connect the dots and close the claim automatically. I guess since there is no benefit to their sales or bottom line, it just is not a priority. And this guy says that they have seen an explosion of A to Z claim cases in general in the last 1/3 recently. And, you know, then someone says you have a premium tracking fee. Of course, not everyone gets premium tracking. I did, by the way. And you just see that a lot of people are just not... like this one, he says here, we're having them open and close within minutes. A buyer received a package, thought it was from another vendor, opened a claim 2 hours after the package was delivered, and it was paid, held against our metrics. Had this happen twice a month. Not sure if that is how they're using, if they are now using bots or what's going on. I think they're using bots. Of course they are. Let's see here. Now, Shahar, this is probably an Amazon employee, says, I see it in a totally different way. To me, this is a proof that Amazon really investigates each claim, maybe waiting for the carrier's investigations. There's no reason that Amazon will pay each claim if label is purchased on Amazon without protecting itself. Would we pay immediately any claim out of pocket just because a buyer claims item not received? Well, No, but the problem is like, there's proof that they've arrived. So yeah, when I read this email, I was just like infuriated. I was infuriated because obviously what Amazon's trying to do is they're trying to make the A to Z guarantee claim sound like a good thing for buyers when it's clearly not. But then apparently my little claim, and granted, yes, I've been making enough money. $150 is not going to be felt per se, but it would certainly still be nice to have. And this isn't exactly chump change for a lot of people. It's just not. Can I make this? I can make that darker yellow. Neat. Anyway, I think it's just totally ridiculous that Amazon has removed me from the due process on this item, and it's since been delivered. That person still has the item. They have the item. They have their money. I can't resell it for $150 because I don't have it. It's ridiculous. In my opinion, it's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I would like to know what you think about all of this. Let me know in the comment section below if you've been having issues with the Amazon A to Z guarantee claim problem. And as always, flame responsibly.